Click and go live. They'll be able to hear us.
Yeah.
They're about to be able to hear us right now. What is up? Whoop whoop to our peeps.
I really, when I was cleaning it up,
Yeah.
it got under my fingernails, and
Ew.
it really, I mean, I can actually, they're still there. It's still there.
Hey, I
so-
said we're live.
Did you use antibacterial soap?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
What do you think I am?
You got to use
Luminol will still pick it up.
You got to use antibacterial.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
But so the rash is clearing up. It's just.
let me smell your fingernails real quick.
All right.
Hey, we're live. We're live.
Oh,
live.
oh, oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know, guys, I wanted to remind
So yeah,
Can you
that,
tell me so I can put my pants on?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, they can't see below your waist. You can leave them off, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just
That's
like
a
you did
good
last
point.
week.
I say we get a glass table, and then that.
Highbrow humor here, boys.
Yeah, put a camera above us.
What? Who's joking? Who's joking?
No, I was talking about. I was reading the chat.
You know what? Whenever you guys want to go live, feel free to go live. Hit it.
Boom. Are we ready?
All right, we're live, guys. Hey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just.
Wait, hold on. What I miss?
I'm just joking.
I gotta hit the thing. Don't
Yep.
They'll think we're stupid again. I remember when we didn't start the show.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, shut up. We're going live. Don't talk.
Got it.
Is it the end of the world? Yes, it is the end of the world.
Okay, you can talk. I
And
guess.
it's also the beginning.
You're loud.
The
You may speak.
beginning Of a brand new, solid shit world for us all to enjoy. We'll
Thank you, Violent J, for the intro.
We appreciate that, dude.
Thank you, Violent J, for making that intro just for us.
Well, you know he's been
And putting it on the one of your albums too as a shout out. Thank you.
That was pretty
that
cool.
Was the shit.
Wicked Clown style.
Thank you, Jay.
Oh man,
Appreciate you,
man,
bro.
I could make a whole entire new soundboard of Jay sound bites from
Yeah,
the shit
from
he's
the
been doing lately.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
For Christ's
Holy
sake.
moly.
Anyways, before we get into that, welcome to Deck One Delt. My name is Kyle, aka Keezy, and these are my boobs.
My boobs.
My boobs. These are my boobs.
I'm the right tit. My name is just Chris, and I'm where the good milk comes from.
Yeah, third mic. Carver Law, y'all. How y'all doing?
Come on, come on, dude.
Me.
I like it, man.
All right.
Oh boy. Oh, how's everybody's week been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I do want to start off by saying that I watched a good movie last night.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about, we don't talk about good movies enough here.
Was it Good Burger?
No, but
Was it Goodfellas?
now I want to watch that. Was it
Good Will Hunting?
Good by Cotter? Good. No,
All right.
it was none of those. It was actually called Cobwebs.
Cobweb.
Cobweb.
It was called Cobwebs?
Cobweb.
That's not a great name for a movie.
What? Who cares?
I don't
about
think it is.
The
Wait, was it? Wait,
It doesn't
was,
make me want to see the movie.
did,
I'm
it
not
ha-
afraid of
did it have
cobwebs.
anything to do with corn?
I actually did mention that. I was like, why is this movie called Cobwebs? It's anyway, great
Yeah.
movie. Came out in July, but it's a Halloween movie. Came out this past July and bombed because it came out the same weekend Barbie and Oppenheimer did.
Okay.
So it completely fucking bombed, but the movie is great. It's a fucking great movie.
Really?
Yeah, I love
You
it.
would say great?
Yes, I think to me it's one of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time.
And that brings us to our sponsor for today. Our sponsor for today is Cobwebs, a brand new horror movie that you can stream on.
Oh, I need to log into my other account so we don't have ads. Now they don't let you do this shit. Fuck.
Yeah, great, but check that out. We,
All right, I
we
will.
don't have to go too far into it, but check out Cobweb.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. man.
Cobweb. Okay.
Yes, great Halloween scary movie. Watch it with your wife or your thing that your partner
Or your thing.
your husband.
Your what? What up, Gage? Sorry.
Does the kid die?
Oh yeah. Homelander's in it too. by the
Oh,
way.
sweet.
Yes.
Homelander's in it. So the movie is like Homelander's a character.
Yeah.
It's like in the boys universe.
Yeah.
That chick's pretty hot. I've
Okay,
seen her
hell
and
yeah,
stuff
dude.
before.
He flew from wherever Homelander lives to this universe.
Wherever Homelander lives.
Yeah.
Homeland.
But
Oh,
thi-
shit,
this
son.
movie was shot great. It's shot beautifully. It's cinematography's great.
Okay, sounds cool.
It's
Whoops.
doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's serious enough.
Yeah.
And it's a good one, man. It's a great
All
fucking
right,
movie.
I'll check that out. Cobwebs. That's your recommendation, huh?
Yes, check that out.
Cool. And Homelander's in it.
I've been watching. I haven't watched many movies. I have been watching a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, such as.
Yeah, like Skankfest. That was a.
Oh yeah. So let me ask, like, how. Like I'm very familiar with the world of Gas Digital and Skankfest and Legion of Skanks. Like, how familiar are you guys with it prior to seeing anything you saw?
I'm only familiar with it because I listen to a lot of people that are out kind of satellite around that universe.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians that I like they satellite around that. So I hear about Skankfest and those comedians all the time.
Okay.
I've rarely like traveled to their stuff and watched them exclusively, but I know who a lot of them are, and I know about that whole universe. So.
Okay. Oh, here's one thing I'll appreciate is I watched the so the reason we're talking about this, I guess we'll preface it, is Violent J he went on the SDR show, which it's called the Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Show. It's on Gas Digital podcast. It's a show hosted by this doofus Ralph Sutton and Big J Okerson. And
yeah, who's great.
And Big J rules. Yeah. But 9 times out of 10 on that show, Big J just isn't on it. And Ralph, the boring doofus, ends up interviewing like whatever rock stars or whatever. Yeah. But thankfully, he at least invited Zach Amico to come on, which Zach Amico's this big fat comedian that's so goddamn funny. I would love to talk to him about Juggalo shit. But he was on when they had Violent J on the SDR show, and they talked about all kinds of shit. But at the end of that, they invited Jay to Skankfest.
So is the person you're not as big of a fan of, is that the skinnier guy who was to Jay's right?
No, this guy that I keep referring to, Ralph Sutton, he wasn't even on any of these.
Oh, okay.
Well,
gotcha.
they also kept trading people out on stage during that whole thing with Jay.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was gonna say the dude to the right wasn't that fun.
So before we get to that part, so I'm prefacing this just to say, like, this is how Jay he came into this world. He was on SDR show making all these podcast rounds, and I guess Sarah has been on the SDR show before as like an OnlyFans, like, because the whole point of the SDR show is it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. They have porn stars, they have fucking rock stars and shit, and it's really cringe. At the end, they always ask them, "What's your first sexual experience? Your first drug use?" It's gay, like it's so gay. Thankfully, they didn't ask Jay that shit. Like they completely skipped it. But the whole podcast is gay. I listened to it because of Big J, but it's gay, so I stopped listening to it.
Okay.
Nevertheless, they invited him to Skankfest. Jay shows up to Skankfest, which is a comedy festival ran by all these guys.
Oof.
Well, Jay shows up with Ouija Mac in Vegas. Or I'm sorry, not with Ouija Mac, with Isham.
Isham, yeah. I was going to say, Ouija was not there.
I didn't see Ouija.
Thankfully, Ouija had the common sense to stay the fuck away from that one.
But you've all probably seen this, maybe seen the clips of Violent J on stage with Zach Amico, and Zach Amico's the big fat guy that had the makeup on his face and shit.
Yeah.
And where they were watching a movie, and Jay keeps talking about how he's high on ketamine.
Yeah. Yeah, he's high on ketamine. There are several scenes where he is given pills of some sort.
Someone actually gives Violent J pills on stage.
We may I don't want to go on.
I'll find the clip.
This is all speculation, but like people in entertainment have relapsed on like shows and shit doing stuff like this. Like they just get excited, they get offered drugs and they take it. It's like, oh man, it's just I wish. And it's always entertainment that's the excuse. Well, I'm at Skankfest, so I might as well do it.
I'm just gonna say, if this is Jay on drugs, I would never do drugs around Violent J because he is like dialed up.
Has anybody got any?
He seems like awkward right now. In it.
Look, this guy says, "I got something in my pocket right now. Do you want some?" All right, watch this. All right, I'm gonna go back just a few seconds.
They blur it out, don't they?
Yes, watch this.
For this, you're also supposed to do a shot every time a head explodes.
Yeah, it's
again. If you do that,
it's an alternate universe right there.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Zach Amico's the guy in the pink pants. He's so goddamn funny. He's so funny. But the other two guys, I don't know who the fuck they are. They're jobber comedians, but they're kind of funny. But the black guy, you'll see him offer Jay something here in a second.
You will die of alcohol poisoning. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I highly recommend everyone go watch this. Just type Violent J Skankfest. It'll come up. But the whole entire hour and a half of this, Violent J nothing comes out of his mouth that is nothing short of faggotry.
well, okay, that is not the word I'm going to use.
Every word out of his mouth.
No, I'm not going to use that word personally. That's just my personal choice, guys. I don't have a problem with using that word. I'm not using it in that aspect. Everything he is, I'm going to use the word sus. I like the word sus a lot better. So everything coming out of Violent J's mouth is very, very sus. Yeah, man. He is, ketamine makes him very, I don't know, open to experiences. That's what I should say.
He also mentioned that he didn't sleep for 4 days.
Yes, so he was talking about that too. So he's up, he's on drugs. He talks about he's been eating mushrooms. I mean, I'm joking, but like literally I've never heard more gay shit come out of any man's mouth, let alone like one of my heroes.
You know what I think it is? He's trying. He's
on it, bro.
Jay always. This is the thing that made me cringe the most. Not even him talking about that or being on ketamine. What cringes me most about these interviews is he's like, guys, times have changed. I used to make fun of gay people in my music, and man, nowadays and my producer was gay, and
he says that.
Like he says that shit all the time. It's like, okay, Jay, you guys said the F word or whatever back in the who fucking cares?
The thing
Get the
is,
fuck over it. You don't have to continuously tell people around you that you did something wrong and now you're better.
I almost feel like Jay uses gayness as like a comedic crutch.
Yeah.
I really do feel like that. I feel like when he came onto this, he walked into this thing not knowing what it was, as he admitted in another podcast. But he came on not really knowing what he was getting into. He comes in and he finds out very quickly, oh, this is lewd comedy.
Yeah.
And he's not prepared. So I think he came out, turned the energy up to 10 to a cringy level, and was trying to be funny. And the only way he knows, probably in his group, to be hilariously funny is to like act super duper gay.
That's a good take on it.
That's just the way I viewed it, because like he keeps on, like, you could tell he's trying to do it to be funny. He's like, hey, I want to see Bigfoot's dick.
Yeah.
I want to see his big old dick. That's where I'm looking.
I believe that is definitely what's going on. It is a comedic crutch, but it's also him trying to be part of the new age and not be like a bigot about gay anymore.
It's all of that, and I don't think he would have been saying any of that had he not been fucked up on ketamine and mushrooms.
Yeah,
let's keep it real. Like that's the reason that's what gave him the courage to say that shit. Like and not give a fuck about it. You know, because
I'm gonna say
gay humor is funny, but he typically doesn't go that far into gay humor. You know what I mean?
No. I think the main reason though he was cranking it up is because he realized it was a comedy fest, and
yes,
and
it was funny.
It was an extreme, because he's walking through, and I mean, I did a little research on Skankfest. It's a fucking giant party, basically in an auditorium. So I'm sure he saw all this shit. And he's like, holy fuck, dude, I've got to like step up the game. You know what I mean? Like, basically be with the crowd, have the same energy as the crowd.
Yeah.
He just wasn't prepared for that, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he even said he hadn't slept in like 3 days or 2 days.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
definitely like just Lulu loopy.
Yeah, it was not a good one.
Watch like Yoko Ono.
Watch this guy, though.
But just like a little bit more violent. I love it.
Man, fuck that, man. If there's zombies coming for real, though, for real, think about it. No. Make me a zombie. Fight me.
If you want to see zombies, hang out on Fremont in about 3 hours.
I'm not trying to run from fucking. I know. I was in Seattle last night. I walked around the block at the hotel. Everybody was doing a perky dance.
Perky dance.
Yeah, but they got the start.
Oh, hey, listen.
The whole neighborhood was doing a perky dance.
I want to do perks with Violent J tonight. That'd be so sick, dude. What a great way to end this festival.
Look, here goes.
Dumbasses.
But I'll tell you this.
Here, the guy's gonna offer him.
Now the perk just hit in. The perk just kicked in, boys. Get this man some whippets.
Does anybody got any?
I have in my pocket right now. You want
Let's
them?
go, Sydney.
Yeah, you heard an S, a KS right there.
Yeah.
I got in my pocket.
So look, this guy has a bottle of perks. He hands it to Violent J.
In a granola bar. What the fuck?
Speculation. Speculation that we don't know for facts. Speculation.
What else you got in there?
Dude, I have 3 kids. What do you want?
You got any surfboards in there?
You want a pocket full of change? You want a granola?
I don't think it was
hot air balloon
Percocets
in there?
because they said Percocets.
Dude, I swear.
You got a
to God.
Subway in there?
I'm thinking maybe it's Adderall.
Oh, maybe.
Because he said, I got kids, man. So I'm thinking he has Adderall.
That may be, but before they weren't talking about this was the actual transaction, so they blanked it out. you can talk about it, but this was a transaction.
Because he was talking about
camera.
Perky Dance, and then all of a sudden he's like, man.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I want to do perks with Jay, and Jay's like, oh,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
That-
And that guy's
that's-
like, I got blanks in my pocket
Yeah.
right now. Like, what
Yeah.
else would he be saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
mean,
They just blanked out the transaction, but yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, whatever.
So maybe, no, you're right, because I think that's what he. Going back to it, I think that's what he meant when he said, "I got kids." It's like, motherfucker, I got a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Like, I got any drugs you need.
like,
Like, yeah, okay.
Got a couple.
Well, he did say anybody got any blank 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 right now. What was he?
Literally to my right. Hey, Skankfest in this bitch.
I'm trying to figure out how much we can get in trouble for doing on stage now that we just
He
openly
definitely
doing
said it.
Isham,
Just said
where
perks.
you
Had to have.
Look, here comes Isham.
at? No, Isham.
Sean, how you doing, dude? By the way, this guy's a fucking
Yeah,
legend.
and I've speculated that Isham has been taking care of Jay, trying to help him stay sober and stuff while they've been out on tour, while they've been out on the road. I think I said that months back. You know,
yeah.
Isham is the homie that's trying to keep him sober. That's
Yeah,
trying to
Isham
help him
came
out.
up in the cut, man.
Yeah.
Respect for that, Isham, because you see him come off camera up on the cut, looking off camera like, "Hey, man, for real."
Watch, he'll come up and grab him. Watch.
Yeah, Eshawn. Get up for Eshawn, everybody.
Yeah, look, he's got that look. Like, what you
He's
doing?
like, what are y'all
bro?
doing?
Like,
Yeah,
what you
what the
doing?
fuck you
man?
doing,
Give me some
dog?
mushrooms, Valentine.
Look, here he comes.
I'm not vouching for anything this man said.
Oh yeah, we're gentrifying
What
the
the
stage.
fuck?
Let's go. It's reverse
This man is
gentrification.
a hip hop god.
Take a seat. Hang out with us for a minute, buddy. Thank you for being here, Sean.
Let's split
You're
that
the
bag.
man.
He split that bag of.
Look, didn't his energy change too? Like, he's like, oh man, Isham's like, he's about to bring.
You split that.
That what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Well, he's looking for the.
Trying to snap it to a Slim Jim. Y'all got to be snapping it to some fucking.
Look, he handed it to Isham.
Fuck the Slim Jim.
Yeah, I think Jay wants to snap it to a Slim Jim too, if you know what I'm saying.
You doing half of these? That's what you said? Whoa.
Yeah, man. See,
Look, he said you doing half. He's taking. He said, whoa.
Who gave you these?
Give me them.
He said, who gave you these? Look.
For you?
Yeah.
Right out of his pocket. Give me them. You ain't ready for
Yeah,
them.
they're delicious. They're seasoned.
Hold on. The two black guys at Skankfest found each other.
Funny. That's a funny joke.
The only one.
Not really. I
And look,
looked at
they
him,
blank
I
it
said,
out.
"It's
What
okay."
happens?
Yeah, I know. I
I
noticed
don't
this
know.
too.
You get the.
I watched all this shit, and I will say it wasn't as cringy as like you guys say. I genuinely laughed at
It's
a lot
funny,
of this.
but Jay just makes so many gay jokes.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
man.
that wasn't even the bad. Literally, that was the worst part for me. When I saw
Yeah.
this shit, I was like, God damn.
That part was
I don't-
disappointing.
I don't mind like the. I mean, obviously, like, I wish he had like a little bit more of a humor knob than just like going straight to like gauge.
Look,
shit,
don't
but,
make
like,
it. Don't get it twisted. I think the gay jokes are all hilarious and funny, but it's still
I
cringe
didn't. I
watching
didn't.
watching Jay watching how many
not-
gay jokes he made just makes it seem like okay, bro.
I was
like,
gonna
that's
say
too
I'm not,
many gay jokes.
I was gonna say, and I'm not saying like I don't find them for the like PC reason. Like I don't like when people like. By all means, if you're making a gay joke and it's funny, it's funny. But no, this shit was not fucking funny.
He was like,
bro.
he literally
It
at
was
one
just
point
like-
looks at that black guy. He's like, brother, I'm not even kidding. He's like, seriously, seriously, dude, I will fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
I would. He's like, I want to fuck you, man.
Yeah.
really. And like, I mean, that's a funny gay joke, I guess.
No, not really.
But
it's not.
That,
Like,
if you don't
at
think
the point
that's
it's like,
if you don't think that's a little cringe, man,
It's
I don't know.
super cringe, bro. The whole fucking thing was cringy as shit. Look, I'm a juggalo back into the fold,
Yeah.
and that was the first time I've been since being back in the fold that I watched something and I'm like, ugh, that's rough. Yeah,
Well, you
I
gotta-
really hope a lot of people don't see this.
You got to think when Jay's surrounded by his brother, Shaggy, Isham, and stuff like that, he's probably going to try to keep on the straight and narrow. You know, he can't let them down. They're the brotherly figures, the family figures. But then when he's around Isham or whatever, and they're around all these celebrities, that's like an excuse. It's like, but Isham, we're here.
Yeah.
All these celebrities, and Isham's like, okay, fuck it, you know. And it's like it's just an excuse to let out and let it go. But it sucks. So people are talking in the chat right now saying Jay needs to stop doing interviews. He's playing himself out. He's overexposed. I totally agree.
Yes and no.
Get the fuck it's not doing him any favors. I hope it was worth it because what happens after this, what happens now?
Well, this is the only one I've seen that. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say, This is the only one I've seen that I think is like max cringe though. The rest of them I found really informative and like
because he seemed pretty fucking sober for most of those.
Yeah, like so that was day 1 of Skankfest, I think. Day 1 of 2. So Skankfest is a 3-day comedy festival, okay? And they invite all these like raunchy comedians.
I know that dude.
It's all my favorite comedians. That's Tony Hinchcliffe that you're seeing right there.
Yeah, he does roasts. Like he's fucking hilarious.
Tony Hinchcliffe he's my favorite guy. I actually went and saw him live a couple weeks ago.
I saw
me
a
and
battle
Tara.
between him and this black dude where they're going at each other.
Yes, that's David Lucas.
Fuck there. It is brutal and amazing.
Yeah. So what you're seeing right now is Violent J, Roseanne Barr, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Louis J. Gomez on screen. So Violent J was invited back to the 3rd day of Skankfest for Legion of Skanks Live, which is Legion of Skanks is just the podcast with Louis J, Big J, and Dave Smith, and they just bullshit and talk. That's the whole thing, and they're the main reasons this podcast exists. Or this festival exists. What I like about this is I've always looked at Skankfest, which has been going on for like 5 or 6 years now. Yeah. It's a very Juggalo gathering of the Juggalos-y, vibe. Their fans are very they often call their fans Juggalos like in a joking way and shit.
Word. Yeah.
And they give Jay props during this. They say you're the reason this festival exists.
Oh wow.
They say because they went to the gathering back when it was in Cave and Rock, like they were actually guests there. So it's pretty cool, man. And then Jay he seems sober-ish. He does keep talking about how he's on mushrooms, but that's all he's talking about. But he's very cool and chill on this podcast.
Mushrooms is fine. You can't get like brutally addicted to mushrooms and fuck your life up.
I don't give a fuck about Jay doing drugs and having fun and none of that shit. The only reason I criticize it is Jay has a drug addiction, bro. And addictions are different than just doing drugs to get fucked up. If he didn't have an addiction and he's popping pills on stage, go for it, fam. If you're doing ketamine on stage, go for it, fam. But when you have a drug addiction, bro, you don't need to dabble in that shit. Period. Yeah. Like think of all the we heard tells already of like Jump Steady, like how much work Jump Steady's put into keeping him sober and like.
I mean, that was just how long ago was it on Harlan Williams where he was talking or Steve-O where he was talking about the piss test?
And as we just saw, Isham walking up from off stage, walking up to the stage and going.
That was like not even a month. That was not even a month ago. He's talking about how Jump is piss testing him and shit. And now look, he's out here in Vegas doing drugs with random.
And I know I know how people's attention spans are so short. We're all at a point now where this isn't speculation. Jay has come out and said it, so not to butt hurt people out, Jay has a fucking drug addiction.
But to be fair, I mean, he does have a drug addiction. But another thing to
so it's
to
not
look
like
at,
how could you say that about him? It's like
he
fucking said it.
To be fair though, we don't see him do any of the drugs other than the inhaler. Yeah. We don't see him do any drugs. He just talks about it. So he might just be fronting to kind of be like the cool party guy because that's the element.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It is totally speculation if he actually does.
Then why did the camera? Why did they switch to the logo though for the next 3 minutes of that show too? If anyone was at Zach Amico's Midnight Spook show live at Skankfest Vegas, please chime in. And
I'm sure that there was someone probably off stage looking at the bigger dude. That's Zach Amico, right? Looking at Zach Amico going like, we cannot stop. Because
maybe.
You see him look off stage and he goes, I'm kind of wondering how much trouble we can get in for this now that we're actually doing a drug deal on stage. Yeah. And then shortly after that, you see it get censored more and more to where they start censoring out everything they're saying. Yeah. They censor out the blur. And then I think they just go, why don't we just cut to camera? Let's just cut it right now. This is getting a little too little risky for live. You know what I mean? We're showing actual drug exchanges. Now, do I think Jay would have took those drugs? Abso-fucking-lutely. But that's why you got the real ones with you. And Isham, I think, came up not on a total he did it. He played it really cool.
Jay was saying,
nothing.
he even says though when Isham comes up, he says he's been doing everything I've been doing this weekend, and he says, "You do half of those, I'll do half."
Some of those shit. So Isham might have not been a real one. You say Isham might have been coming up just to.
I think Isham was under pressure too. When you're around all those celebrities and stuff like that, you give in, and I think Isham
going back though. Jay does not have a mushroom addiction. So if Jay wants to do mushrooms and drink and smoke and all that shit, and Isham's doing that with him, that's not a problem to me. And Isham might look at it that same way. That's not a problem. Just stay away from the pills. At that moment, that dude held up pills. Yeah. Whatever he had, it was obviously some kind of pill.
In a pill bottle. Yeah.
And that's why And Eastshine's not gonna come up and go, nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna go up and be the buzzkill on camera.
Exactly.
To Chris's point, that doesn't mean they definitely did those.
Yeah,
he might have just been being cool for on stage.
Yeah.
So that is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Jay might have held back or whatever on that.
The only thing that we know he did for sure was that I'm guessing it was a ketamine inhaler. Yeah. But like that he stuck up his nose and shot. Yeah. And even there, if he didn't, we would have to do like detective work. Yeah. But if he didn't push down on the bottom, he didn't spray. It just went in his nose.
But look at that entire table, like on Jay. Jay's the center of attention with all them people, man.
Yeah, like he's. I mean, when Jay was on Legion of Skanks, they all like just want to stare at him.
They're all looking at him, like whether they're fucking like cringing or not. They're like he is like just.
Oh no, Jay does know. In this one,
syndication of Roseanne,
he does good at leading.
Wait a minute, is it?
Damn it.
Look, they're talking about his grills.
Piece of jewelry.
Roseanne's talking about, I love your teeth. They're so shiny. It's awesome. It's funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, I would love to see a video of Violent J taking Roseanne to get grills.
I think
that would be a great idea for a fucking video. Why don't they do that?
I think in day one, he came out unprepared and out of his element. And he was like, all right, I got to carry the show. And he's so used to kind of being the showrunner, the ringmaster of sorts. Trademark ICP.
He does that at some point on this podcast, like something. Oh, Dr. Drew's in the audience, and the Legion of Skanks are friends with Dr. Drew, and Jay's friends with Dr. Drew.
Right.
But Jay didn't know Dr. Drew was there. Jay is on mushrooms, and they say, "So Dr. Drew, blah 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 blah," and Jay's like, what the fuck? And he stands up and like they're all making jokes about Dr. Drew, talking to him. And Jay's like standing up because he's expecting everyone to give him the attention in that moment because his mind was just blown that Dr. Drew was there.
Yeah.
And no one's even paying attention to Jay. So he's literally standing on stage like this, like, what? For like 2 or 3 minutes. And they're finally like, all right, I think Jay wants to say something. So that moment happens, Like, it's really funny.
Yeah,
so you get so many egos and big personalities. It's funny seeing how that kind of plays out sometimes.
Absolutely.
Especially for somebody like Jay who is not used to sharing the stage especially with people who are especially in that room bigger than him.
That's why Jay and Shaggy's dichotomy works so well with each other is because Shaggy just kind of adds the pepper on the top. Yeah. Jay will kind of do like the whole, so we're going to blow your fucking face off. And then Shaggy will be like, and your makeup. It's that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, that's right. And your makeup. Yep. We're going to get shake up. We're going to break up. We're going to take up, shake up. And we're going to crack you into the sidewalk. No talk. All sidewalk. Yeah, that type shit.
That's exactly
And I mean, it's kind of that same play that you get off of wrestling duos. You know, you always have like,
tell him,
you're
Shaggy.
one guy.
You're
one guy
mania.
talking.
And by the way, I highly recommend everyone. I'll post links in the description for both of these, for all of these appearances that we're talking about. Especially this one is behind a paywall, and I found a link to it. So you guys you're welcome. I will share that. But
Discord.
I highly recommend people watch these because Violent J does tell a great Chris Benoit story during the Zach Amico episode. It's so funny.
Which he's told that before.
Yeah, if you haven't heard it, it's funny. So Jay is still like he's doing his thing, but it's just interesting to see him like in these other like kind of worlds and how he's like they're clashing. So I'm personally. As a fan of Skanks and ICP, seeing these worlds colliding is like so fucking fresh and awesome to me.
I thought that and see, we're also on. Speaking of another podcast, we were kind of on opposite sides of this of the same coin. The Bootleg Kev podcast.
Dude, don't get me fucking started on that guy. Did you watch that shit, Carver?
The Bootleg Kev.
Oh my god!
I thought that was a great interview, bro.
I hate that guy.
But you hate Bootleg Kev?
He sucks, man.
Bootleg Kev, I think, is a great podcaster in the sense that he knows how to lead the conversation.
Wow.
Personality-wise, I think he's kind of a douche.
He is a tool.
But he's great at being a podcaster because he knows how to lead the conversation. He knows how to keep hot topics on. I ain't never heard nobody have the balls to ask Violent J about Twisted yet.
He does. So
I ain't never had nobody have the balls to ask that. And not only that, he asks all kinds of questions. Like he doesn't tiptoe. He doesn't go, so... Because you always get tell me about the gathering. And then Jay gives the normal spiel. Oh, the gathering is a nuts place, but it's all about love and family. Blah, blah, blah. And then, everyone always asks about the drug bridge and, stuff like that and all that. But, I think he delves way more into the gathering. Like, he tends to ask, really, really good questions, and he keeps that conversation flowing into very interesting topics.
So,
even though a lot of the topics are stuff that we've heard already. You know
I'm
what
wondering
I mean?
if Jay has like a respect for Bootleg Kev, because Bootleg Kev is like rubbing elbows with like big rappers. So Jay's
Bootleg Kev is definitely hip hop podcast.
Yeah,
like,
so that's why he probably
he's not a fan of Violent J. He said on
Bootleg
numerous
Kev
occasions.
is a bootleg no jumper, right?
No, Bootleg Kev's actually a rapper. He does rap.
I'm sure it fucking sucks.
You would hate it. You would fucking hate it.
I hate him.
I think he's all right.
This guy sucks balls,
Yeah,
dude. I've never heard of this guy. I've never seen his face.
The only reason that I'm down with is because like I am in like the under like I watch a lot of his videos because he does talk about hip hop. You know what I mean? And like the shit that I was in before coming back in the Juggalo fold, he was a lot of what I watched. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've seen him before.
I'll
say this.
Yeah,
the interview isn't like horrible. Just this guy sucks. I hate him.
Yeah, I mean he is kind of a tool. I mean
he's
times,
he's just a generic, basic like cool guy. Have you ever like this makes it
cool guy? I call him a hip hop head.
It makes me want to do a skit of this kind of guy. You know the kind of guy that like everybody knows, like the kind of white guy that's like he's on the phone with like his mom talking, yeah, mom, that's cool. Like, we'll go, blah, blah, blah. Then like his boy, like Jerron calls. What's up, bro?
Oh.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Oh,
Hey, what's up,
Good
man?
Neighbor actually did a skit on that.
Yeah.
Mark, where the dude acts, or his name's Chris, and he acts just like that archetype where he'll be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Living out, and ICP actually did a skit about that. Now that I think about it, where, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm a big Willa cat pillar, you know?
Yeah, it's the
and
same
that's the whole
vibe.
thing.
That
Yeah.
is this guy, man. It's just, he's got such a
man.
fake ass generic guy energy.
He's just, I disagree. He's a very, very thorough hip hop head. He knows hip hop, but you got to think this is fringe. ICP and Juggalo shit is fringe hip hop.
And I understand
so
that.
While he kind of knows about the scene, he's not that much into it. He doesn't have any information. So
dude,
he's
there's so many
literally
times
asking from the dark.
But
He's
there's so
like,
many times like Jay is talking. Jay will be like, yeah, so this and this, you know, and the guy's like, right. So like, but the business model, y'all just, it was completely vertical. And y'all you were doing it before Tech 9. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I love how
dude.
Bootleg Kev has turned to Sammy Davis Jr.
He's like, hey, hi there, Violent J.
He's like,
you're one cool cat with your clown makeup, but you're not jazzing and jiffing on me, baby.
Dude, like Violent J will like explain something. You're like, yeah, so then, you know, Twisted, like, fuck them. He'd be like, yeah, that's crazy. So
that's crazy, baby. Twisted, they think that there's some jive turkeys, but really they're just some stray cats, baby.
He goes like this. He's like, yeah, that's crazy. And like you want to hear Jay like keep talking. He's like, yeah, that's crazy. So what's your favorite flavor of Fago?
Does he really ask that?
Yes,
he
dude.
does. He does.
God.
Well, he says, "What's the best flavor of Fago?" He said, "Yo, you know, when I'm in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of shit, you know.
Right.
I go right. Like, I go in a lot of stores and like I see Fago and shit. What's the best flavor of Fago? what's the best flavor of Fago, Jay?" And then Jay's like, you know, I like fucking, you know, they got a lot of flavors and yo.
So like if
what
you
kind
were,
of cut,
he's like,
what kind
so
of
like
cut do you get from Fago?
He's like, so like if you were on a deserted island and they only had Fago. What kind?
You started off with a
like,
good accent, and then it turned to Sammy again.
He's like, I like cola.
Looking at you, I love how you're also doing a Riri face. So you're like,
that's what this guy fucking wants, dude.
So you're like, yo, Violent J.
Dude, at one point he's like, yo, so like, y'all are from Detroit, right? So like, damn, that's crazy. Like, Detroit, I've been there once, right? Yeah, even me, I've been there once. They got like a whole, I mean, I'm from Arizona, right? Everybody knows me. I'm from Arizona. So everybody who's watching this knows I'm from Arizona, right? I went to Detroit once, believe it or not, and guess what? They had a completely different breed of white trash there. And like, Jay's just like, what? Like, what do you, like, what's he even want? And Isham even pipes in like, He's like, so what? You trying to say like everybody in Detroit's white trash? And Kev is like, no. Right. No, that's crazy, bro. That's not what I mean at all, bro. Hey, hold up. Hold the phone, bro. Hey, hold up, wait. And like, right. No, fam. No, that's no cat, fam. Hey, and then he keeps saying this. He keeps saying, yo, you're like a hip hop legend. I mean, I don't like you. I mean, I always thought your music fucking sucked, bro. But like, you know, it's always I always thought it was cool to hate you. You know, I thought your shit sucked, bro. But you know, back in the day, everybody hated ICP. You know, like he really has that. He keeps saying shit like that. He's like,
brings that shit up.
He's like, I never. He's like, you know, I never liked you, man. But you know, I gotta give you your flowers. He says, I gotta give you your flowers.
So it's the same shit.
Everybody gave you. Yeah. Well, give you flowers is hip hop slang. By the way, I am more entertained by your impersonation of Bootleg Kev than anything.
And I think I'm gonna skip.
I love
that
how
one.
Sharif says in the comments in the thread, "What the fuck is going on right now?" If you stumbled onto this, you're going, "Wait, dude, what has happened to this show?"
That's how this dude fucking talks to Violent J the whole time. And then he's like, "Yo, that's crazy." Anyways, so odd socks. Buy yourself some odd socks, homeboys. They're so dope. They make your feet so fucking warm. I love odd socks. They, if you ain't wearing odd socks, what fucking kind of socks is you wearing, dog? I wear odd socks. That's the only kind of socks Bootleg Kev wears. You want to be like me? I'm from Arizona. We got a whole different kind of white trash. We wear odd socks.
Wait, and now you're no longer Sammy Davis Jr. Now you've become like 1940s California gold miner.
My name's Bootleg Kev. I walk down to the San Jose Valley looking for some nice gold nuggets, and I come up on this hip hop scene in this dip clown.
This guy fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah, that's,
all right, here, look. You want to see if I'm lying? Listen to this. I'm gonna pick a random spot on this video and just listen to 10 seconds of it.
I will say before you start that, I will say I don't like people who literally their only thing is they're a deep hip hop head.
Yeah, that
usually those kind of people are.
Yeah, well, fuck you too.
This guy has no personality.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool to be that, but when that's like your entire personality, it gets annoying.
That is his entire personality, without a doubt.
No, 100%.
He has no other hobbies. Like he's not interesting in any other way.
That's fair. I won't argue that. He is definitely, that is his persona. It's hip hop.
Fuck
it. We're gonna do our own thing.
We do our own thing, and we're juggling it out, right? We're doing our thing. And we got like we're signing bands. We're doing our thing all in our own little juggler world or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. No.
Vanilla Ice in 2017 is like, yo, I want you to come out and do a song. Story. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
so I'm trying to go forward a little bit.
Where are you playing? I'm thinking
I want to hear Bootleg Kev. Like he keeps interjecting with like his. Oh, yeah. You know, that story reminds me of when me and my boy, blah, 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 went down. Blah, blah. Like, no one gives a fuck about you, Bootleg Kev. Bootleg Kev.
Bootleg Kev.
It won't play. I don't know what's going on.
Cool. Jelly
I don't know where that comes from.
Sorry, I can't find a good spot.
That your guys' fans were that dedicated, because that's a level of commitment that...
Man, what?
That's a level of commitment.
I mean, I can't believe somebody would commit to y'all, but I
want to go back. I want to go back.
Found one word.
Are you criticizing him for laughing? I love how you're like, look at this fucking guy. He chuckled. What a fucking idiot.
He's like, I mean, that's a level of commitment.
I mean, the reason what I got,
dude.
He's laughing.
He was talking about the level of commitment that Juggalos have. That is a level of commitment that is unmatched in hip-hop,
but the laugh made it seem like, I mean, people committing to y'all, that's crazy, bro. I mean, y'all suck. I'll give y'all flowers, y'all suck, but bro, commitment?
Look, I'm not kidding. The first words out of his mouth to Violent J is like, I mean, I always hated y'all, but like...
Bro.
Can I rewind to the very beginning and see that?
Y'all, in a metaphorical sense, y'all are like looking at like a cup of like free liquor, and going like, this cup sucks.
This motherfucker.
Get this fucking shit out of here.
Y'all got motherfuckers committed to y'all.
Bro, if somebody gives me a cup that's full of something delicious and I want to drink it and that cup is full of holes, and it's full of grime and shit, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. That's Bootleg Kev is the cup full of grime and shit.
There's
that
no
the
way,
delicious
bro.
beverage Violent J was poured into.
Cardboard. I would say cardboard cup. Not a whole lot of flavor. But
Bootleg
it gets
Kev
the job done.
Bootleg Kev is a
crazy.
Bootleg Kev is a cup made out of a fucking paper towel.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? It got you the drink into your mouth.
Not really. But I had to wring it out like this, and most of it got fucking wasted. And I was like, I had to wring it out like this.
Yeah.
That's how you wring a towel out in your mouth.
Okay. For anyone who does want to troll us, you just found your clip to zoom into and turn it into. Hey, man. Clip art.
That reminds me of my logo, man. I got the duct tape on my mouth.
To all the humble fans, you know what I'm saying? You've got the clip to get us.
Look, the fucking dog. He's like, yo, I got a great idea.
I mean,
for my
that hatchet
logo,
man.
bro.
That hatchet man reminds me of my logo with the duct tape on my mouth. That shit's hard,
Dog,
bro.
Yo, bro, when I created my logo, I was like, yo, look at this. It's gonna be low.
I gotta put that duct tape on my mouth because you know I be popping off,
it's
bro.
It's my face.
He never does that.
It's my face. And look, y'all, you would think it's not just my face, though.
We got that
They
duct tape.
put duct tape over my mouth. Hey, you want to know why they put duct tape on my mouth? You want to know? It's because
I be popping off, bro.
Because I be popping the fuck off. And ain't nobody ready for all this shit.
That's what hip hop heads do, bro. We pop off, bro.
Yo, I want you to create an alter ego and release an album as that guy.
It's Bootleg Keys.
Bootleg Keys. My name is Bootleg Keys, and I ain't got no goddamn rules.
You guys kicked the door down.
Hold on.
I gotta give you guys flowers because I do feel like
I gotta give you guys flowers.
you guys kicked the door down.
That sounded geeky
for
as shit.
I gotta give
so
you guys
much of the
flowers.
I think his
entrepreneurial
impersonation
shit.
is more accurate.
And he keeps saying he's like for the art. He keeps talking about the business model, bro.
Dude, he doesn't have that accent. The better way to do it is like this because he talks more like. Because so the thing about he's like, so the thing about you, Violent J, that I've noticed is like you're a real hip hop head.
You're right.
You're
He
a real
did-
one. You see your fans.
No, you're right. He does do more of a
just wanna
white guy
give you your
voice.
flowers.
He does more of a white guy voice for Violent J. Watch him though when he starts doing the Odd Socks ad. In the middle of, he'll be like, yeah, so Violent J, I'm blah blah blah, and then like it'll cut to a break. He'll be like, what the fuck is up, yo? It's fucking motherfucker in your fucking Dude, we get it.
No.
We get it, dude. You're a wigger. We get it.
No, oh my God. Note. I don't think he does anything that you're saying. This is the most exaggerated. It's like you going, man, I saw Joe Biden last night. He's on the TV going, it's like, dude, you're getting it wrong.
This guy fucking sucks, dude.
That's fine, but you're getting the impersonation.
I hate this fucking guy.
He's like more of a nerd.
I don't know if people ever give you credit or not.
Yeah, I don't know if people ever.
Ain't nobody's. I know nobody's ever giving you credit for nothing, right? Nobody. Your shit's whack. Nobody should have ever given you credit once in your life. Exactly.
I don't
Guys,
know why
go
I
watch-
got you on here.
But I gotta give you your flowers, Jay.
Your flowers, bro.
Whether it's the merch,
the
throwing you guys' own festival. Like you guys been doing Gathering of the Juggalos for how many years?
It's gonna be the 29th.
Right.
That's wrong.
Wait, off of this though, or off of the Bootleg Kev impersonations, which are hilarious, but we do learn some dope ass information in this one. I didn't know the Hatchet Man was like drawn off of a paper boy. I didn't know all that shit.
I think Jay has told that story, but
Really?
I have forgotten that.
I've never
for what
known.
it's
I
worth.
never knew that like, yeah, it was off of a dude that had a fucking afro.
He says they wanted to call
that
it Mad Paperboy Records,
and he was going. They said the Hatchet Man originally was going to be holding a paper and be on a bicycle. They just made it to where he was running with a hatchet. But
somebody
the
should make
hair,
that logo and sell shirts with it. That'd
Hell
be
yeah,
dope.
right? Yeah, I was.
Hey, you want to make that? Carver, draw that up.
Draw it up.
Really? A fucking paper? Who wants that?
I don't know.
If y'all want some Mad Paperboy Records shirts,
let us
shout
know,
it out.
and we'll make this shit motherfucking
I guess
happen. son.
I guess I'm being commissioned to draw it, right?
Yeah. And then of course touching on the Twisted beef. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
so
we
they-
actually got to.
They do touch on that, and Jay's like,
deep.
he's like so twisted. He's like,
Here we go. We're back to it. We're back to the Kev impersonations.
He's like,
hey yo,
so twisted. You had some battles.
That's not what he sounds like, bro. You know that. He sounds like he's got to keep licking his lips and shit. He's like, hey yo, so, hey Jay, Hey, so Twisted, yo, they were like your fucking little butt buddies, right? And Jay's like, well, yeah, they were our butt buddies, and we would fuck them all the time, but then they end up fucking us. And that's essentially like the vibe.
All
right?
all accurate reviews, yes. You don't need to watch the video. He's telling the truth about it.
How does he even know about Twisted? He's like, hey, yo, I heard y'all worked with Twister.
He said, yeah, he's like,
y'all work with Twister?
Y'all work with like a group called like Twister, Twister. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's twist something, right?
Man, y'all work with Twister, bro.
I mean, that was like one of your bands or some shit, right? That was like one of your little shits y'all were doing, right? That was like one of your little side project shits, right? Twister.
Little shy shits,
and
man.
he's like, Jay's like, yeah, man. So then he's like, fuck Twisted for fucking life.
Who says that?
Jay
does.
Jay says that.
Okay.
He goes, man, look. And he says it kind of laughing. He's like, man, look, fuck Twisted. Fuck Twisted now. Fuck Twisted for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
He said, man, that betrayal, I felt that shit physically.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was a betrayal like I have never known in my life. And then he goes into
He quickly breaks it down, like the whole thing.
Yeah, he breaks it down and
With Young
like,
Wicked
tells
and all
them,
that.
yo, I created these guys. He points out the fact, he said, you know, when we first started with them, they were dropping N-bombs and like all that. He said, I had to train them not to do that. He said they were like wiling out in interviews. I had to train them to keep it back and like tone it down.
And then he says, we came up with all their gimmicks. Blaze, Anybody Killer. He said, fuck all of them.
Oh, all of them. Yeah, he says, well, he does say that in the end, but yeah, he says he came up with Blaze's gimmick. He said, you know, we talked about how are we going to do this? Like, oh, he'd be an old rapper from the 80s. We give him a big clock and all that. He says, at first we couldn't figure out what to do with Blaze. And as Deck One Juggalos, we can remember when he first came out, he had the ski mask on. He kind of didn't have an established look. And then boom, he comes out with the clock look. And that was concrete. That was his
He's like,
his
it was
canon.
pro wrestling, you know? We were doing that.
Yeah, he said we just brought pro wrestling into labels. That whole shit was like really revealing.
But then he says,
but he
pointed
said
out
that,
Young Wicked.
He said that kind of shit before too.
Well, no, but he talked about the Young Wicked shit.
Well, one of my favorite things he talked about, even besides, we all know the Young Wicked and the daughter thing, but one of my favorite things he talked about was he said, you know, we would take Twisted out with us every time. They got bigger and bigger. Juggalos hated them at first, and then he said we would take them out, and then we would go out without Twisted, and we're making the same amount of money. So Twisted's not bringing any more money.
Exactly.
So he alludes to the fact that he's like, yo, Twisted, go do your own thing, kind of. He doesn't say that outright, but he's kind of saying, like, we wanted Twisted to, like, he's like, we're tired of holding your hand. Go do your own thing. He said, it's like somebody gives you give a homeless guy $5 every day, then stop giving him $5, they're going to be pissed. Right? Yeah. He says, you know, they got pissed at us. He said, and that's all it was. He said, we wanted them to, you know, they weren't helping bring in money for us, so they needed to make their own money, and they didn't get like that. And that was a pretty solid point.
So if we have to assume that's true, then I guess this is to go further into that. If we have to assume that's true, then Jay wanting ICP and Twisted to kind of still make amends as more of a, I guess, a brotherhood for the Juggalos rather than money, right? Is that what we're assuming?
Yeah.
So it was more of a, you know, friendship kind of betrayal.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
Well, that's what he was talking about. Well, it wasn't even just the friendship, because when he first says that, he's like, it was a betrayal, and he's like, well, wait, you know, Bootleg is like, he's like, yeah, show the thing is, like, show you're betrayed, right?
Yeah,
you're betrayed,
bruh.
No,
bruh. Hey, bruh, so I betrayed you and shit, right? Like they was not some down homies and shit.
I don't get the. Okay, I'm gonna do a more accurate impersonation because that is ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, so he actually said he's like, so what do you mean, like the betrayal, like them leaving the label? And he's like, no. He's like, Custer. No, he's like, no, not with him leaving the label. He says more the fact that like. What he did, and then he goes into the Young Wicked story. You know what I mean? And he said that's what it was the fact that they signed Young Wicked after these motherfuckers hating each other.
He said they wouldn't even go in the studio with
them. Yeah,
them.
they hated each other. And then all of a sudden, one day after that fucking fallout and shit, they signed him.
Yep.
They sign him, and they had the picture of them like that, and then it's released the next day. They're signing him. So that was Twisted giving Jay a giant middle finger, like fuck you, double. Because if you want to leave the label and go off and do your own thing, and that's why I don't fuck with Twisted no more. This is just me. I can't talk for the group, but me personally, fuck Twisted because fuck Twisted, bro. But I don't listen to Twisted anymore. I don't listen to their old shit either. I don't fuck with Twisted because
Twisted are some bitches, but they're talented motherfuckers. That's all I'm
Jay
saying.
says they're talented motherfuckers too, but yeah, I just
he even says he does say that. He gives them their flowers on this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
So the Bootleg Kev interview is good. Honestly, it is like this is one of the better interviews Jay did. If you can suffer through Bootleg Kev's bitch fucking homo ass.
Can we clip out all of the questions? Just like make text questions.
That's a great idea.
Just Jay.
That's actually I'm actually gonna I would dedicate a portion of my life to doing that, just so juggalos don't have to deal with him. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I think that that the true story between Twisted and ICP is honestly just like any truth. It's going to be an amalgamation of both sides. You know what I mean? I'm sure both sides had their truths and both sides are lying about some shit.
Yeah,
but personally, like the reason that I don't fuck with Twisted and the reason I think Twisted is whack as fuck is because if you're gonna leave and then hate on these dudes and all that shit and like leave the label and shit, stop using the word juggalo. Stop using that culture. That is not yours anymore, bro. You're out.
But
you left that, and they say we helped build that. They did not help build that. Just like Jay said, bro, Juggalos accepted Twisted. How many people you know that we were Juggalos in the Deck One era when they were coming up?
They
like how many people came in when
they were a huge part of the family era. Is what they called it.
I understand that, but there was never a Juggalo in history that went. So who's ICP? I've been listening to Twisted. Who's these ICP guys they're under? Let me learn a little about them. And no, bro, everyone was ICP fans that had to adopt Twisted.
So
you see what I'm saying?
I got a question,
bro. All your fans were Juggalos first, all of them.
I got a question. Vibes wise, when you see interviews of ICP and Twisted, just your gut feeling, what you feel when you hear these people talk. Yeah, sure, Jay is cringe and he says a lot of ridiculous, stupid shit, but he feels authentic. Jay does feel like a very authentic person. He may be cringe. He may say shit you don't like, but he feels authentic. I will say when I see Twisted interviews, it feels faker. They just feel like faker people, like they're putting on more of a show.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
And that's natural for a lot of people because they're going to play it up for the camera. But I don't know. I get like a backstabby feel. Like they'll backstab anybody.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't get in cahoots with Twisted. But I'm at the point where like I think I can understand not wanting to support them because they're shifty, sneaky son of a bitch bastard devils themselves. If that's the case, I'm with that. I can appreciate that. Me personally, I think what they're like physically, what they're like releasing, putting in my ears, like giving me to buy. I still love all that shit. So I'm gonna keep getting on board with that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much good music out there. In my opinion, I like the shit that Ouija's putting out way more than I like
know
the shit
you do.
Twisted is.
You're fucking retarded.
I mean, I'm not retarded. I got good taste. Like,
just
Twisted,
look at Monoxide.
Look
at how he speaks to the camera now. He's like looking down his nose at people.
They're like they're mac.
He literally looks like he's looking down his nose at you.
Yeah.
Like he just seems like a cocky motherfucker.
What's going on around here all of a sudden? Fucking G-Mo Skee, his record, the Halloween record.
Watch.
The three-headed monster.
That's great. Who cut that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Whoever
funny.
made that cut was great.
Exactly, bro.
Juggalo Collectibles,
bro. How you
Juggalo Collectibles
did tell on yourself, Monoxide?
Yeah,
Monoxide told on yourself, homie. Now it is no longer speculation. He just miscalled their album the Three.
Now that could have been a joke, I guess, but man,
it was a slip because that's why he changed the subject real quick.
There's truth to every joke, even if that is a joke. But I will say this: isn't off topic a little bit? Isn't I saw DC's working with Juggalo Collectibles now? They're doing like a thing.
Yeah.
I think so,
Is that a thing? Okay, cool. Shout out to DC and Juggalo Collectibles.
Yeah, DC Engage just put out a video too where they talk about they talk about Loki albums.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, shout out.
Yeah, he's been doing
shout out. Check that shit out.
He is a what can we say? Like DC is a man about the culture. He's about the Juggalo culture. He's moving in those veins, man. You know, he's a lovable guy. He helps out everybody else in the pod world. I just wish that he would pay, us a little more attention sometimes. It's nice to see you here, though, DC.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Oh, yeah. That's really? Are you sure? Maybe let's check again. Oh yeah, look at that. He's not here.
Let's just
it's
wait.
okay. It's okay. He was at the last one, right?
Let's just wait in silence until he shows
was.
up.
I am curious.
He wasn't at the 2 before that, but he was at the last.
Oh,
one.
there he is.
There he is. Okay, there he is.
He said G-Mo Skee. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to joke about calling his own album a three-headed monster. There's no fucking way he's going to joke about that.
Yeah, no.
But
yeah.
I do want to quickly. I wanted to mention this. So quickly, shout out to chat, Justin Manny, Von J, the country singer, Gage, Solid Psycho, DC. But Dark Joker is a Juff, as the one I wanted to comment on. Who the fuck's Dark Joker? And why is he a Juff? That's my question.
I don't know. I don't know who Dark. It might be Dark Joker, maybe.
If you are Dark Joker and you're calling yourself a Juff, then you played yourself.
Yeah, no.
Played yourself, bruh.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's been pointing out some good points, mainly about your odd impersonation of Bootleg Kev.
Dude, play
had zero basis on reality.
Play my impersonation right next to that Bootleg Kev interview. Spot on.
Hilarious.
You wouldn't be able to tell.
Hilarious, but not spot on. I'm with you. I'm with you, Dark Joker.
Oh, is Dark Joker the one guy? I think I watched a couple of his videos. He was shit talking.
Oh, he's a lol cow. That's what he said. He's a lol cow.
He's the one that was shit talking Humble Among, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that dude. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say we were because we were talking about lol cows one time. Yeah. So he's like he's a juggalo lol cow. Yep.
I watched a couple of his videos. That guy is legitimately crazy. I think.
Thank you.
Nevertheless, all right. Did we have anything else to go over before we talked about G-Mo Skee? I know we had a lot of Jay interviews to talk about. We got through all those, I think.
Yeah, pretty much all the good ones. Yeah, all the notable ones.
I'll make sure I got. I was driving when I was listening to Bootleg Kev, and I kept having to stop the interview to make voice notes.
I see he worked on your impression a good bit.
Yeah, right. Isham does call him out again because of course Bootleg Kev he brings up the typical shit, the drug bridge and shit. And
allegedly,
Isham's like allegedly, because Bootleg Kev's like. And what's funny is earlier in the interview, by the way, Jay is talking about. Bootleg Kev asks him about Tech 9, your beef with Tech 9, and Jay actually talks about that a little bit, how they squashed it. And by the way, I lost respect for Tech 9 hearing Jay tell that story.
Yeah,
but
really,
because he said,
because he says he was like scared. I want to see like Tech 9's response to that because I don't know how much of that was cap.
Jay made it seem like
that was real.
Jay made it seem like when he talked to Tech 9 about it, Tech 9 was like, "Look, man, you don't want to start this beef. If you want to, you act like the Juggalos ain't a gang." He's like, "I'm a blood, man." He's like, if you want to start this beef, it really will be a gang.
No, Tech 9.
Well, no, but then Jay says no. Jay said that Tech 9 said Jay was like, "Whoa, like." And I thought he was saying that like he was threatening us, and he was like, "No, I'm afraid the other way around."
No, I don't. That's not how I took it.
No, Tech 9 did come out with interviews during that beef saying shit like that.
What?
And that like, you don't want to you don't want this to happen because I am a blood and I'm part of a real gang. But he also, what I was getting from those interviews at that time, that Tech 9 was afraid that there was like these crazy juggalos that would like fuck him up because of beefing with Jay.
Okay. I understand that.
There was some definite shit like that going on.
And I think they talk about that a little bit.
I
do believe Tech. I believe that's why Tech called up CPN to make good with him, so he would broadcast it out there. And he went to Detroit and I think opened up, or he brought ICP out on stage when he went to Detroit for his tour because he wanted to make good with people.
Are we talking about Cat Protector None?
Cat Protector None?
Yeah, is that who you're talking about? CPN? When you guys say CPN?
No,
Cat Protector None?
Child Porn Ninja.
Oh, okay, I know. Okay, cool, gotcha. Okay,
he took all the.
I always forget what that means.
I mean, it's actually child porn inward, but I can't say that.
Right, that's very true. Carnival Penguin Nymphomaniac. I don't know.
No, but that was weird. See, when CPN was like the biggest Juggalo YouTuber, Tech 9 got a hold of him and said, "Look, yo, man, tell the Juggalos, bro, that I love them." And like he was doing damage control when that happened.
I mean, knowing that makes me feel a little better, but I did not like the shit that Jay was saying about like that whole situation. I was like, man, that's kind of some bitch shit from Tech 9.
I did at that time. I thought the same thing. I thought Tech was kind of being a bitch. Yeah.
Well, because I will say this too. After that interview, which Jay says he's like, I was mad at Tech because he went on Hot 97 and was talking shit about
Yeah,
a girl getting raw dogged at the gathering. I went and watched that interview. I listened to that interview.
I saw all that shit when it was happening, and the way I thought is that Tech 9 was being like, you know, he was too big for ICP now.
He was very like aloof in that interview.
He was like whatever, ICP, whatever. That hurt Jay. Okay, Jay.
He was almost like when they brought up ICP to Tech 9 was almost like offended. Like, why do I even got to talk about ICP?
Yeah, exactly. He was offended, and then like that hurt Jay, of course. So then I guess Jay said something to rap. I can't remember exactly what happened, but like something happened and Tech did that diss, which was a great diss.
I don't even remember that.
That was good. Like actually when Tech wants to fucking
he even
come
says,
at you, he comes at you.
He says Tech dropped my name in a song, and so he's like, I had to call him, blah blah blah. So he talks about that a little bit.
And then there was videos where like when G-Mo was dissing Tech, there was videos where Tech was like, yeah, man, and acting real sus, like, y'all don't want to fuck with me. Look who I got, bro. And he would like pan the camera and like G-Mo was on his bus with him. And it looked like they were like making a stance like against it. It kind of, the optics weren't great at that time. And then I think what happened is like Juggalos really started kind of going against Tech. And then he was like, oh shit, no, man, them Juggalos is crazy. I really got to fix this. So he called up CP. And that's what it seemed like to me.
I see.
Jay says like, in that Bootleg Kev interview, Jay basically, he makes Tech 9 sound like a little wussy, in my opinion. I took it a different way you did. To me, it sounded like I thought Tech would be listening to this and go, and like he'd listen to this interview and go, motherfucker, again? And now he's going to have to get out again and go, look, man, nah, I ain't scared of shit. You want to fuck with us, you can fuck with us. Like, but Jay kind of made it sound like Tech called Jay and said, look, we got to squash this, man, because I ain't trying to fuck with these Juggalos. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to, like, fuck around with this shit.
I believe that happened.
Like he said, I'm a blood, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't trying to fuck around with y'all's whole shit, so I just want to squash it. And that's what he was saying in that Kev interview is that's the way Tech kind of
I believe that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's the way that Tech that's what Jay said happened.
When I was observing the whole thing at the time, that's exactly what seemed like happened. Like Tech was like got in too deep and he was like, we got to fix this because I know your guys' fan base really love you and they'll go to bat for you and they're crazy and I'm a blood and we can't fucking have this battle.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like,
well, I'm glad as Juggalos we never had to have beef with Bloods.
And it happened shortly before Tech played in Detroit. So Tech wanted to make it good before he went to Detroit, it seemed like. And actually had to do a show there. So he brought ICP out on stage and everything.
I want to comment something in the chat. Just a man, he says, Chris, check out the documentary called Where We're From. It's about the LA hip-hop scene. I will check that out, although I'm more into the New York hip-hop scene. But, respect for LA rappers. But yeah, sorry, moving on. I just wanted to point that out because it was directed.
Hey man, don't be height shaming Tech 9. I'm like the same size as Tech 9.
Tech and Beetlejuice are the same height. That's great.
Wait, are we talking about like Beetlejuice on the Howard Stern show, or are we talking about Beetlejuice?
He's talking about Beetlejuice on the Howard Stern.
Okay,
of
course.
All right, man. Well, you guys ready to get into G-Mo Skee?
Let's listen to G-Mo Skee's album. G-Mo Skee.
I like calling him G-Mo Skee. That's pretty funny.
Filth Part 2.
And by the way, it's not
on Spotify yet.
Yeah, it's not on any streaming as far as I could tell.
Yeah, I had to listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah. Same as me.
I don't have YouTube Red either, or YouTube Plus or whatever. So like, I had to just leave the screen on as I listened to it. Yeah,
that
like
sucks.
if you turn off the screen, it cuts off the music unless you have YouTube Red or Plus or whatever it's called.
Oh, we'll watch the video for this one.
Hell yeah. Very sick video.
Oh, Final Boss 3 is on this video.
Yes.
Oh, I thought, okay. Yeah, no, that video is great. I will say one line that I don't hear anybody ever mention when it comes to gaming is nobody talks about the Legacy of Kain series, which is one of my favorite gaming series of all time.
Reaver.
They need to bring that shit back out. They need to fucking remaster that shit or do a reboot. But props to G-Mo for fucking mentioning Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same beat as the Final Boss 2 from the last album. So I don't think I ever even heard the original Final Boss, to be quite frank. If this is Final Boss 3.
Yeah, I like what he's doing here, man. It's like a it's like a trilogy, or it's like a
Yeah.
And he keeps doing one. It's like an addition to the story. Like at the end of this one, he like loses, but He's like, will the final boss be back? Type of thing.
Dude, the shit G-Mo's doing, like, here's what I realized listening to this album, man. Like,
oh, it's a genius.
The shit he's doing like what I wanted to do, like rapping. Like, he's being so himself, so honest and like real, but he's doing it. I mean, he's doing like this nerdcore kind of shit, like with these kind of albums. But it's hard. You can't even say that because his whole vibe is that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to call it like nerdcore because then you think of shit like Mega Ran. You know?
Right, exactly. And this is this is hip hop.
Comparing him to Mega Ran, as far as bars, you could say they're like, hip hop, yada yada. But
style's very different.
Style wise, G-Mo's doing what I want to fucking hear.
Think
not Mega Ran. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't call this nerd shit. To me, it's hip hop. He's just putting
nerd references.
He's putting he's really hyper focusing on what he likes in pop culture.
And by that,
which gaming is not nerd shit. It's pop culture.
And we've talked about that before. And that's obviously not the word we should be using anymore. Nerd. My bad. But
you could call gamers nerds like 25 years ago, but it's not like that now.
When I say nerd, I mean like pop culture, like popular, like, you know what I mean? Like, like cool, like shit, like nerdy shit. Games is nerdy shit to me.
I think anything that you are obsessively interested in, you're a nerd for.
You
can be like,
that's good.
You can say I'm a Star Trek nerd. You can say I'm a sports nerd. You can be a music nerd.
But
that just means I am obsessed.
You
with
ain't hearing
something.
like popular hip hop artists make songs about like video games and shit because it's like looked at as nerdy shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yo, being a juggalo is nerdy. Let's just keep it real, bro.
Right.
We can tell you all the lore on all the Joker's cards, and we know all about the Dark Carnival, and you can say something. You can go to any juggalo and go, Mr. Rotten Treats, and they know exactly what you're talking about.
But what's nerdy about any popular hip hop?
Almost nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can be a hip hop nerd. That's what Bootleg Kev
different.
is.
That's different.
Bootleg Kev is a hip hop nerd. You know what I mean?
Which is
look, he talking about low tier God. You know what I'm talking? Have you seen him dissing that dude?
I think so.
I think he played Smash Brothers in him and fucked him up, and like dude got really pissed. That dude that low tier God has videos online of him like losing in Smash Bros and like yelling at his girlfriend and shit.
So G-Mo beat him in Smash.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that was a few years ago.
I'm glad to know G-Mo actually can back up his Smash.
Oh no,
references.
Well he's a beast gamer, I'm sure in general.
Yeah.
He definitely knows the culture.
His elbow dropping link.
Yeah. I mean,
so dope. Shot and edited by G-Mo. Look at that.
Boom.
What a fucking G.
Yeah, man.
man.
He is. G-Mo is fucking highly talented.
You want to say that ain't nerdy? Editing your own video?
It's very nerdy. Right. Well, it's very geeky. That's geeky.
I mean, I've done it.
I feel like geek
you're a fucking nerd.
I just consider it artistic, really.
Maybe we got it backwards because remember, thinkgeek.com was just like nerd culture.
Yeah.
Maybe they're interchangeable. I don't know. I don't know if there's clear definitions of nerd, geek, and dork.
I think we've went over this. Geek is what we're talking about, the nerd culture, and then the nerds are like literally just like Poindexters that are like real hot techie and like they're not even into that much pop culture. They look down on. I think nerds look down on. They're like.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Oh,
yeah.
True. And
you play GameCube.
Dork
it's
is
not.
just
It's not the master class PC.
Right, and then dork is just you are socially inept.
Yeah, dork is just you don't know anything. You're just a dork.
A dweeb, a dork. You're like socially inept.
Man, this song, when I heard this song, like it flipped my fucking wig.
Yeah.
Like his lyrics on this song, he's just spitting hot bars on this.
Yeah, this isn't game related.
Well, he still has a lot. And this whole album is nothing. Almost every bar is a game reference on this whole fucking album.
I think some songs are a lot heavier. This one, not as much. What I like about this song is when I first started hearing, like first half, I thought it was going to be a filler song. Like I wasn't as impressed with the first half of this song. It's almost like he flips the switch halfway through, and his style like really like starts going ham. Like his structure.
The hook's kind of boring on this song. Like Filth goes round and round. What flipped my wig on this song is because it's Earthbound sampled. And that's why it's called Smashbound. Or Filthbound, I mean, whatever the fuck it's called. Filthbound. Because, like, that's like Earthbound battle music, dude. Like, I recognize that shit instantly. I was like, what? Yeah. He's fucking sampling Earthbound!
Where's your,
that's like your favorite game ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's your Earthbound?
It's upstairs.
Should have grabbed that.
You got a legit
I can go grab it. Oh, I'll grab the GameCube, too.
I'll grab that shit.
We'll keep it up. So,
So yeah, you can take it over from here. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
All right. We'll see you later. All right, guys. This is the new format of the show. Welcome to the Just Chris Show. Today we are covering some G-Mo Skee. Are you guys actually like leaving? Okay. Awesome. This is my producer here, Carver. He's the background guy. He's gonna get all the jams rolling for us. Thanks, Carver. Thank you, buddy. All right, they're actually leaving. That's great. All right, so DC Fago guy, do you want to message me? We'll do the show together. Me and DC.
I looked at those stairs and I was like, I can't go up those right now. That's a little.
Absolutely not. No, like. That would have actually scared me.
Yeah, I really do want to leave though, but I'm not going to.
Well, I do great playing off of you three. I can't run a show on my own. I can't do this. I can't take that responsibility. Yeah, here we have a GameCube, which is one of his favorites. This motherfucker, an original boxed fucking Earthbound Super Nintendo with the manual, with the strategy guide. Yeah. And does yours have the scratch and sniff stickers as well?
Yes.
And still has the scratch and sniff stickers.
Complete in box.
That's hard as fuck to find. Usually they might have the booklet, but the stickers is hard as fuck to find.
Don't come rob me. Do you know how much that motherfucker's worth?
How much?
How much it sells on eBay?
How much for right now? I know how much. I think when you bought it, wasn't it about 200?
It was about 500.
About 500 when they bought it. Woo!
That motherfucker, complete in box, is like $3,000.
Holy shit, son! Yeah. Damn, bro. Yeah, $3,000 for that
on eBay,
motherfucker, bro.
I did kind of want to mention
Earthbound original in box,
kind of a connected subject here is physical media is about to die, like literally die. Yeah. Best Buy just said that they're not selling physical media anymore, not even online.
They said they'll have games.
Yeah.
Okay, games, but that will eventually go too.
Yeah, that's going.
That will eventually go too. So like physical media is just going to go up in price.
Yeah.
Like even DVDs probably.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Bro.
It might take a few more years for that market to start getting, but right now, like if you can find shit on sale, I would say fucking.
That's why I'm still getting CDs, man. Dude. At least like that's the only physical media. Oh, I'm collecting CDs and records now.
Yeah.
But
games will be the biggest thing though. When games go away, physical media wise, man, they're going to be going.
I got real big back into physical games when I got my PS4, man.
Yeah. I say a good thing to go for right now is like 6th generation shit. I think is like the PS2 era.
Oh yeah.
Because like those games are still kind of affordable, but they're going up too. So
you know what I think is kind of going to get lost in the dust is like the PS3, Xbox One, or no, I'm sorry, not PS3, like Xbox One games. Like those are going to disappear, dude. No one talks about Xbox One anymore.
Yeah, those will disappear. But you know that generation's a good generation to have because you can still play games like offline with like the PS4 and Xbox One generation, as to where now the PS5, like most of the game is on. You still have to download it now, even if you get the disc. So I don't know, man. It's going to be the future of physical media is pretty much. Yeah, it's set in stone. It's disappearing completely.
That's why. What are you doing under there?
This is a dream.
Oh, okay.
Look, that's why you know what? That's why I could justify like getting this for $500 even.
Yeah.
When, like this is my favorite game of all time, and even paying that much for it was a good deal because this is what I told my wife. I was like, they're not going to be more of these.
No.
They're not going to go down in value.
No.
There's only going to be people are going to just keep getting them and wanting to keep them.
Yep.
So everyone who wants them is going to eventually have them, and then you literally won't be able to get them. Like that's how it's going to be for all of this shit that wasn't completely mass produced.
It's an investment that you cannot go wrong in.
Yeah.
With this shit, dude.
Right.
I can move this little picture.
That's what they said about baseball cards.
Well, they fucking made millions of those.
But to be fair, baseball cards are coming back now, though.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They're going back up in value again.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's some some never started going. No, some never dropped. Some kept on. Like the notorious Mickey Mantle rookie card. That's gone through the roof. Continuously through time, because it's considered such a valuable art piece. Like even when all the cards in general are going back up. Cards are like getting adopted. Card games as well are re-emerging. Like it's starting to become popular. I think it's just because we're so enveloped in the digital age. Things that aren't digital are starting to become a lot more attractive to people.
Yeah,
I think we're kind of entering like another curve in the opposite direction, where people they're going to start wanting physical media. They're going to start wanting, things that they can use with their hands, because so much of what we do is in a digital space now.
Yeah, that's true.
Our communication, our interaction, you have to look at your phone. I use my phone to pay for shit. I mean, my phone's everything.
That's why, now that I've gone through the cycles of having consoles, selling them, buying them again, and now I'm hoarding all of this shit because they're not going to be more of them, bro. I want to have copies of this shit. I want to be able to just at least say I have it. Show my kids don't care now, but maybe one day,
I love the convenience of digital shit, but at the same time, it's got extreme limitations, because all it takes is boom, your internet goes out.
Yeah.
You're not getting any of them games anymore, or boom,
or all it takes is they stop a service and you have no access to it anymore.
Yeah, but with
you've
that
bought the
physical
game
disc,
and it's completely gone.
Yeah, with that physical disc, even if the internet goes out, as long as it's not an online only game, once the internet goes out, you're fine. You just need electricity and you can play that game.
I think the PS4 era is the last era of that. Even PS5 now, if shit goes out, we're fucking toast.
Well, it's not only that, but I would say during the PS3 era, because after PS3 era, once PS4 and post on all that came, Xbox One, yada yada. You really need that day one update to play the game. Yeah. If you load a game in the disc form, it's almost a lot of times it can be in some cases it's unplayable. But no matter what, you're going to be dealing with a shitload of bugs and problems that haven't been ironed out. You kind of need that day one patch, because between the month that they submit the game and that game actually comes out to the public, they have updated and fixed a lot of problems. You know what I mean? That's a month of time.
Remember when games were done? Back in the day.
But see, that's the thing.
They were done day one.
I think they're so expansive and shit now, and there's so many engines running, things behind the scene. It's just almost impossible to get to be released on a decent basis.
But plus, you have to have millions of people playing it to find the bugs.
Yeah.
When the code wasn't so big, you could, the developers could find it.
That's true.
But nowadays, it's just so hard to do it. It's random shit that pops up that only a million people playing can find.
Well, and people got to understand the business side of it is usually almost every time when you're a developer, you have a date that you have to get that shit out by. Yeah. And most people, you can get extensions, but that's tooth and nail. You know what I mean? Because no company wants to hear, that profit that you're expecting, we're going to need to put that up. We're going to actually need you to give us more money. Yep. And in 6 months, hopefully it sells. They want that turnaround. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest issues is now we have graphics that are so good, they take a lot more time to make. You've got so many things running in the engine, so many different background apps and things that, you can't just program this shit overnight, No. But you still have to meet those deadlines. They still need that profit. So that's why I think games are coming out more and more unfinished, and they're just catching up later.
Yep. It's
all right. At the Just Chris show, we talk about video games. Up next on the Just Chris show, my two guests, Keezy and Carver.
I will say though, I think we're going to see a trend where it's pretty much getting unstable to where these companies can make these big giant AAA games, spend all this fucking money, not get them out on time, not get them out being fully finished. They're going to get to a point where developers are going to have to start going backwards and making great games with less of the resources that they can use now, and actually get things out on time, get things out that are fully finished and shit, and create good IPs that way. We're just going to have to go deal with, I think, and I'm fine with that, dealing with not the top graphics as long as the game is great,
Yeah.
I think we'll see a little bit more of that. Developers, because they're already talking about, there's developers doing that shit already, where they're not going to using the fucking things that a lot of these AAA studios want to use and people expect. That last video was great though, by the way. They fucking
it was sweet.
Star Fox.
Yeah. So this song was kind of cool. I listened to it kind of in the background at first. I was like, man, it's like a bitch song. But he's talking. He is talking shit to his bitch at the beginning, but where it sounds like some real shit. But he's talking about how.
I liked it. This is a Zelda sample, right?
Yeah. Well, he does it again on Skull
Fairy.
Kid too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Great Fairy. But he's talking. Then he's talking about how he he's ripped in his heart into pieces for the rap game and shit like that. You know, it's kind of tight.
Yep. Cheers, DJ. That's my bro, DJ in the chat.
Whoop whoop! Shout out DJ.
Whoop whoop. We haven't seen fucking Vinny in here in a couple
Vinny,
weeks.
come to us, please.
Where Vinny Mac is, man. Miss Vinny. Haven't seen him in here either.
Vinny, have you been having a good week?
Yep.
Good. Glad to hear it, man. Have you picked a lovely lady yet?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Good shit.
Well, I mean, like, what would you say if you were finally found the one and you fell in love? What would you say to her?
I smell cock in the air.
That's good. G-Mo just flexes and brings bars this whole fucking album. One of my favorite songs, I think, is maybe the next one that's coming up.
Yeah,
it's the one with Ubi. It has Ubi on
Ubi?
it.
Ubi
Oh,
from,
that dude with that
Seth's
crazy
Crew.
verse.
Yeah. He's on that verse with Tech 9 from
Ubiquitous or whatever.
what the fuck is that? Remember we talked about him on the Absolute Power episode, I think. You don't remember?
No.
Ubi was on a song. It was on Vintage Tech, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on like a song on Vintage Tech. The fuck is it? Somebody else school us in the chat. Yeah.
Now it's on?
Yeah.
Now it's on.
Yes.
I
that's
murder
it.
your
Now
whole
it's on.
city. That was the first Tech
Yeah.
9 song I ever heard.
Nittiest and Citius and Wittiest.
Yeah.
That's Ubi?
Ubi's on that song. I don't know if
I thought isn't Ubi from
I think
Seth's Crew?
somebody made fun of me last time. I think his name's UBI. I don't know if you actually pronounce it Ubi.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was the
I'm calling
dude
him
from,
Ubi.
Yeah, I thought that it was Godimus and Ubi. Am I thinking of the wrong person? Maybe I am.
I can Google it.
Ubiquitous, I think was his name. Ubiquitous. Because the dude, I think that was like
This song rules.
I murder
I don't know what that
your
sample's
whole-
the
from.
Falcon Punch.
Like the hideous, insidious. Better check respect when
What is that sample?
Like amphibians from Head to the Caribbean. Unexplored territory.
It might be from the game, the racing game that has Falcon in it.
I never played that shit. F-Zero. I never played that shit.
Keep your pulse.
I would assume if he's talking about the F-Zero franchise, it's
you might be right. But wait, Falcon Punch isn't from F-Zero. Wait.
Yeah, it is.
Falcon is the
yeah,
dude from
Falcon
F-Zero.
is from F-Zero.
But does he do a Falcon Punch when he's racing?
It might be. No, it's probably.
Well, they gave him that in the game.
Yeah, game
Smash
Brothers.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because they had to give him moves to have him in the game, and
I'm not Smash
Falcon
Bros.
Punch.
I'm not
was
Smash
like
Bros.
his,
guy.
You know, notorious because
I'm not
it's a
either.
super powerful attack. Ups their
I'm
shit
not a
like
Smash
30%.
Bros. guy, but I will say I can
gets you
give
out
it
of
its
pinch.
props. It's one of the best fighting games ever made.
It's one of the best competitive fighting games for sure.
What,
because-
Smash Bros?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, sure. I just don't really fuck with fighting games at all.
Because it's a game that's not about memorizing combos. It's a game about knowing the mechanics and timing.
Yep.
As opposed to something like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, which is really about knowing combos. It is. It's also about like being able to view your opponent and knowing what they're doing, but it's almost algorithmic.
Counters,
like you just have to learn, when to time your counters, and it's almost like rock paper scissors in a lot of times. You know what I mean? While with Smash Brothers, it's legit skill. You know what I mean?
I
Somebody
gotcha.
wins that shit, they were just better.
He just says things that ruin gaming, microtransactions. I agree.
Yeah.
So, God damn it. I cannot find that Tech 9 song. I keep finding
Yeah.
I Metamorph.
Yeah, he fucking slaughtered this verse.
Whoever this dude is. This is Seuss Mace, I think. Dude, the references are off the fucking chart on this song.
Seuss is his name. Mace. Seuss Mace.
Seuss Mace, yeah.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
When I heard this shit, I was like, damn, that
Yeah.
dude's fucking killing it.
This beat is hard
the
as
beat.
fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that sample, that F-Zero sample, is fucking nasty.
Seuss Mace is legit. You never heard of him, man. This makes me want to look him up, though.
Yeah, right.
Shit was sounding buns. They catch a falcon punch. Yeah, Ubi's next, I think.
Yeah, see, Seth's crew is Godimus and Ubiquitous, or Ubi.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, that's Ubi from Seth's crew for sure.
Snapping like a zombie when they chop arms and legs off. Lot of winners losing, modified hard, but they lost. Organized confusion, yeah, we not far from chaos. Pop around, aiming at me, miss. Heard he way off. Crooks cooking books. Legit, Bernie
Yeah, right.
Bitch about the boss, but they ain't trying to pay the cost. In the kitchen talking shit, they ain't trying to make a sauce. Wrestling with rats.
You know who Ubi reminds me of?
Who?
Ins. Or Ins reminds me of Ubi. They have very similar styles, I think.
I can feel that.
Either way it goes, you gotta pay me, God. You are now inside the house of the rising sun, running high. None survive the flood when Poseidon come. I shoot a shot with stress. Hit the wreck.
Avoid the flood when Poseidon comes.
That Chrono Trigger reference. God damn it, that song is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite song on there. I'm gonna start saying shit sounding buns. I never say that. That's my new shit.
That was one of the when we commissioned the presidents to do those tier lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they remember we were talking to them.
Did they say something about being buns?
Yeah, no, they said buns a lot.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That's funny though.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it made it into the, I don't know if they recorded it, but I remember they were saying buns a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are real hip to the slang that the kids use.
Man, that's funny. Buns. So I think this is the last song on here. Skull Kid. There might be one more actually.
I thought there was 8.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, there's Hero Hunter after.
Yes.
I thought Hero Hunter was probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
This actual what is it? The title track, Hero Hunter.
Yeah.
I love the Skull Kid lore.
Yes.
This is not one of my favorite songs on the album. I didn't like this song.
This is probably my least favorite song.
Yeah, I was just about to say this might be my least favorite. I
Took
love
me-
the Skull Kid lore, like in Zelda and everything, like the mystery.
I see what he's doing. Like
Yeah.
he's saying he's the Skull Kid because he's like getting
A reject.
overlooked.
Yeah, this one took me for a loop because this was when I started playing this album on YouTube. This was the first track it played for some reason, and it took me for a loop. I was like, "Is that G-Mo?"
Yeah, it's a little slow for G-Mo, I think, but I mean, it's a fun break, but it's all right.
I guess in a structural sense, it makes a lot of sense to me. Because I mean, it's right before the final track, and I think the final track is a solid final song.
And that's a good point. I think this song usually is the kind of song you would reserve for a final track, though.
You would think?
Usually, you would make it like the more soft, like emotional, real song. That's typically how that goes, right?
In some cases, yeah, like the real song. Yeah, I mean, you got like.
But sometimes they do put like
the only guarantee.
You'll put like the hype cipher on the end or some shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like that's another. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking more of a Juggalo sense because that's always your end was like your positive kind of farewell song, and also 2 minutes of silence, and then your hidden track.
Yeah.
Last song was always where you find the hidden track. That's what I loved about Psychopathic was the hidden tracks. It was kind of like what Marvel did with the post-credit scenes. Psychopathic did that shit with skits at the end.
They were already doing it.
You had to wait. I remember you always had to pop in your CD player, and then hopefully you had a CD player that had the total song time function, and you could tap it and see oh shit, this song's 9 minutes long. There's definitely a. Because if you didn't have that, you just had to let the song play, and
it would wake you up or something.
Yeah,
the Bizarre was.
Or
I
someone
think
would
the
tell
most, The Bizarre albums were famous for that because you had to wait and then you had the freestyles at the end.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was wasn't there two?
Washington.
Wasn't there 2 skits at the end of Bizarre?
Yeah,
Probably,
I think there was a
there
skit.
was
I think
multiple
you
shit.
waited like a minute, and then it played like the freestyle, and then you waited another minute and it played something else, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly. I can't remember. It's been a while, but I know they were singing with the guitar and they were singing about all the places they've been, and then there was another one where they freestyled.
Yeah.
And then I think
with Twisted, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they had.
I think they were rapping with them and Twisted.
They had a few people in studio. I know they had Rudy in one.
Oh yeah, that is because that's.
He was like, Rudy, grab the here.
Yeah.
Grab
and
the
you hear
guitar.
like the door slamming in the background and shit. Yep, that's it. We need to have like an episode where we talk about skits, like the best skits. You know what I mean?
That to me, that's probably going to be Jerky or not Jerky Boys, but the best skits for ICP of all time, in my opinion. I'll just say it right now, is Jekyll Brothers.
I don't know, bro. There's some cuts all the way through. I think we should save for an episode because there's some good ones. Because you got to think like
I would have to actually have them all like I'd have to remember them all. In order to make
I mean, one of my favorites is that comes to mind is
Daddy, look, a clown.
Yeah.
Have him do something, Daddy.
Hey, come over here. He's like, oh, hi.
I gotta be someplace.
He's like, here, do something for the clown.
I gotta
or
be,
do something for the kid. And then he's like, well, I'm not really a funny clown,
Yeah.
but I'll try.
That's
What's
Ringmaster.
round like a ball, shaped like a ball, looks like a ball, but it doesn't bounce like a ball. Your daddy's nugget.
Yeah, that's a classic one-off Ringmaster. Yeah, there was great ones, but I think as far as like the quality of skits, like the movie level funny skits were on Jekyll Brothers. That's when they had Jerky Boys working with them.
Yeah.
They were doing they were probably filming Big Money Hustlers.
Yeah, they had the most money to work with.
But great skits all the way through. I don't think fucking Wraith had any skits.
Did it?
Shangri-La?
No, I don't think so.
No.
That's a good
They had a couple like little secret songs, but that was it.
That's a good.
But Malenko's got some famous ones too, like "Call Your Mom."
Yeah,
and then the big Willer.
Dude, my favorites was Riddlebox because, of course, it had the notorious. You think you're fresher than her? Fuck off.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck off. Yeah, like you can't go wrong. Fuck off. Yeah.
I mean, one of the most famous things ever. It's like even juggalos, non-juggalos, I've heard say that shit.
Yeah,
like,
fuck off.
where did you learn that? You know, like, you don't even listen to this
But
shit. How did you know that?
Even on Jekyll Brothers, they brought the reprise with the fuck off.
Yeah.
A chilito.
A slice of a tomato on pita loaf.
Hell yeah, man. ICP skits. They were the shit.
They were great. I wish they. I mean, you don't get them like that anymore. You know?
Not really. Yeah. They were taking that shit though from Jay said in that one of those interviews that he was taking that shit from some rapper. I forgot who.
He said Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Yep. Cube.
Yeah.
Had a lot of skits on his album.
And Jay even admits outright too that he stole the Bizarre double album idea from Nelly.
Yeah. Yeah. He said that Nelly is the reason they started doing double albums.
Where did he say this at?
On that Big Kev or whatever.
Big Kev interview.
Bootleg Kev.
Bootleg Kev. Yeah.
I might have to watch it, man. Make that cut for me.
I'll make the cut.
Watch it. Well, I was gonna say watch it. Like
I'm gonna make.
I have no idea what Keezy's talking about. It's not a bad interview. Keezy just doesn't like Bootleg Kev.
Bootleg Kev is boring, bro.
Dude, he does. Look, when you watch podcasts, and it has a guest, right? You want to hear mostly about that guest. That's what Bootleg Kev does good.
No, he doesn't.
Is he asks questions and gets Jay talking about different topics.
He asks questions and then Jay starts talking. He's like, right. So yeah, that's kind of like when I was like that, bro. Like when you're from Detroit, I went to Detroit. Believe it or not, it's just talk about me for a second. I'm from Mesa, Arizona.
Hold on. Can we get a right drop?
Yeah.
I don't think during the interview he says right.
No, I want the Keezy drop version.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that.
Just cut it out of here. Just cut it out of this episode.
I was gonna say, if you're looking in the Bootleg Kev, I don't think he actually says right.
100%.
One time.
100% does it. Right. And he's like,
Right.
Well, I made a note about it. I made a note about right, and I made a note of the note that says,
right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now I know he says that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like Jay will be in the middle of telling an interesting story. He's like, dope. That's crazy. So Fago, you like Moon Miss, huh? Oh, me too, bro.
He'll be like
hey, Fago, that's like a cheap soda y'all got in fucking white trash Detroit and shit. We ain't got that shit where I'm from,
Jay will be like, yeah, so I was there at my grandmother's funeral, and I'm looking in her casket and my yeah. So what
That's
about that
crazy.
hatchet gear?
Yeah.
Did y'all design that or did somebody else design that?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That
Hey,
hatchet gear.
right. That's crazy. Hey, y'all's business model though, bro. Straight vertical. He says that.
Straight
Y'all
vertical.
was the first ones I ever saw that was straight vertical, dog.
Wow. Hey, we'd like to thank everyone for coming to the Just Chris show. This is what it is.
Bootleg Kev, dude. I hate that guy.
Right.
He's like, why are guys like that? Why do people like that have a elevated platform?
I'm gonna keep it 50.
Because he knows his shit in hip hop.
But he's boring. Who's watching that guy? And like, yo, bro, Bootleg Kev, he's keeping it real.
No,
dog.
dude, Bootleg Kev, he has ball. He asks questions that no one else has. Like, if you don't have fear in the hip hop world, that right there puts you above everyone else, because you have these gangster ass motherfuckers who have an entourage of 10 dudes behind them, and then you're gonna ask them about the one thing that their manager says, hey, don't ask them about.
Does he
this.
do that though? You think?
Absolutely. He did it with Jay. I've never seen anybody ask about Twisted
It's because people don't know about. That's underground. Like people who,
even if you do, no,
dude.
plenty,
Unless
bro,
you're a
gonna,
juggalo talking to Violent J, you're not even gonna think about Twisted.
Bro, okay, so fine, he did his research then.
Maybe he did.
Okay, there you go. So
Yeah,
that right there tells you
it's not like
that's
Harlan
good.
Williams asked about fucking Twisted.
Hell no, Harlan Williams didn't give a fuck because he's a comedic podcast. He was just there to make jokes.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing though. Steve-O does hit like he could have asked. He was on fucking. Jay's been on like 6 podcasts. It's hard to remember them all.
Because none of them are juggalos.
Nobody in pop culture, like at a certain elevation in fame and pop culture, they don't fucking care about Twisted.
Yeah, they don't.
They're
exactly.
under the radar.
They don't know who Twisted even is.
They don't even know who they are.
You got to respect the fact that he knew at least that much.
Yeah,
he knew about
I'll
the
give you that.
gathering. He knew the questions that everyone was dying to ask, and he didn't just automatically go, so let me ask you a question, Jay. Do you know how magnets work?
Oh yeah, by the
do you know how magnets work?
That shit is old as fuck.
Yeah.
By the way,
every other one does that. Or we're going to get in to tell you how magnets work.
Who asked about Fago lovers? Didn't Jay come out and said he made it official that he don't fuck with Fago lovers?
That was on Bootleg Kev.
Was it? Okay.
That was on Bootleg Kev. Wow, so weird. We're coming up with all these huge moments on Bootleg Kev, which was just a horrible interview.
I'm going to make the cut of no Bootleg Kev, Bootleg Kev.
But what do you think?
Or should I make a cut of me asking Jay the question?
Do that. You asking the exact question. Yeah, you redo it, but as your version of Bootleg Kev, please. I would love that. I would watch that every morning. I would make that my fucking ritual when I was getting ready.
Give me that drop first.
Yeah.
Right. Start small.
Right.
What do you think about that Fago lovers take?
I think that it was read wrong.
I think so, too.
I don't think that Jay. I think that when he was asked about it, Jay did not really know what he was talking about. I don't think that he knew exactly what Fago lovers was. I think in his brain he was like,
yeah.
Fago lovers. Yeah, I've heard that name.
He knows who
before.
Scotty D is. Scotty D works for the fucking
I understand
gathering.
that,
He
but
did
I
a
don't think
3-hour interview with Fago.
Yeah, I don't think he connected A and B at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he meant any disrespect. Because like a lot of people are taking it like he said, I don't fuck with Fago lovers.
Didn't Scotty reply to that? He responded to that.
Yeah, Scotty did, but
and said that that they don't fuck with him because they play Twisted.
Give a just for people who may not even know what the fuck we're talking about. Briefly talk about like point A, point B, what we're talking about here.
Okay, so in the interview, the Kev interview, Kev asks him, he's like, he's talking about the fan culture, and he's like, yeah, you guys have like whole websites and shit that are like following you and stuff, you know. He's like a Fago lovers.
He's like, what's y'all's website or some shit? I mean, like Fago. Fago lovers, some stupid shit like that or whatever.
Anyway,
and Jay's like, I don't know, Fago. I'm sorry, go. I wanted to just do my impression.
No, but so Jay's like, he's like.
He's just going to steamroll you with that impression, man.
But
it's just going to steamroll anything you say.
He's like, so Fago lovers, and then Jay looks at him kind of confused for a minute. He's like, I don't really fuck with them.
He says, what's that, like a website or something?
Yeah, he says, what's that, like a website? He's like, I don't really fuck with them no more.
How the fuck does he not know?
I don't mean that. I don't think that Jay meant I don't fuck with them anymore. Like, fuck them. Like, I don't fuck with them. I think he meant I don't go on websites.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck with them anymore. Like, back in the day, he would actually interact in the comment sections with people. I think that's what he was saying. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you referencing?
Like it's almost as if Bootleg Kev is introducing Faygo lovers into the conversation as if it's something that Violent J's affiliated with.
Exactly. Like yeah, he brings it up almost like the way that it's brought in the conversation. Yeah,
I get
in context, it's like, because he's like, yeah, you've got all these different branches and stuff coming from psychopathic.
You're
like you've
straight
got
vertical, bro. Like you got like hatchet gear and
Yeah, he says. So you've got like hatchet gear and like Faygo lovers, and Jay's like, well, is that like a website? He's like, yeah, I don't fuck with them.
So basically, saying no, I don't get on websites because I don't want to do that,
or I'm not part of their entourage. You know.
So what's the thing? The response that Scotty came out with saying like, yeah, I get what Jay said. I understand what Jay said, and yeah,
he's like from he's essentially from like a business perspective. Like, yeah, we don't represent ICP.
All Scotty said is we don't represent ICP or Twisted. We don't do this for their opinions. We do this for the Juggalos and what they're interested in.
Yeah, I saw that.
As for us, we're going to keep doing whatever we do. And then he says, if you're weak enough that you let someone's opinion guide what you're interested in, then do you, buddy.
And he said, see you at Hollowicked in Greenbook.
But
I saw that,
but he said, we're going to keep doing our thing.
But I thought Scotty was like basically saying like, yeah, we know Jay doesn't fuck with us anymore.
I didn't take it like that.
On that level.
No. I didn't take it like that.
I think that he was saying it more from a sense of, it doesn't matter what anyone says
What
about
up,
us.
Solid
We
Psycho?
do this shit for y'all. Like, yeah.
bro, we unks. We unks up in here, bro.
Hey.
Hey,
we
man.
straight unks.
Big bad man, Big Just Chris is the unk, bro. You the unk.
All right, you know, Bootleg Kev always gonna be an unk.
Hey, Bootleg Kev unk, bro.
Wait, we gotta be different kind of unk. See, you gotta be Bootleg Kev. See,
Bootleg
I want to be the unk. I want to be the fast talking unk that kind of does like
the fast talking unk right there.
That lets you try a little bit of liquor, but he's like, hey, don't tell your daddy. You tell your daddy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Don't you fucking tell your daddy. Now come on, take a little sip of this. It's gonna put some hair on your chest.
I'm gonna be the funny guy on.
There you go. He gonna vomit. You little pussy ass. Hey, Craig, how you doing, huh? Oh, I'm just watching him.
Yeah, he's a good.
Yeah, he's a good kid, Craig. He's a good kid. Bye.
He's a good uncle.
I'll be watching him. I got an eye on him.
He gonna be all. Oh, let him be a boy. Let him be a boy, Craig.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, let him be a boy.
He a good boy.
Yeah, let him be. Boys gonna be boys. Just let him be a boy. Come on, Craig.
Hey, yo, bro.
Anytime you say Craig, it sounds like you're doing like a Friday impersonation. Like, get out of the bathroom, Craig. That's always. I think that's why I went to that, because my voice was mirroring Craig's dad so much. Smell like tamales in his bathroom.
Yeah, we gonna make it a thing. Unk is gonna be a thing.
And then you've got the
Solid Psycho.
And then you've got the unk that's like, hey, pull your pants down a little bit. Sorry.
All right, y'all.
Just me.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it, guys. But yeah, so that was G-Mo Skee, 8-Bit Filth, episode 2.
Yeah,
EP 2.
Yep.
Hero Hunter.
Yes. Album rules. By the way, if you pre-order shit from Magic Ninja Entertainment, do not pre-order multiple things at the same time. Life lesson learned.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered the Godzilla album, this one, and Blaze's Cadaver or whatever.
The Three-Headed Monster album you ordered.
I pre-ordered Three-Headed Monster, Guillermo's, and Blaze's.
To save on shipping.
Yeah, they're waiting.
M&E is waiting to send you your shit until all three have dropped.
Correct. So I gotta wait till like October 27th or some shit.
See, I just want to add this out there. Fuck Twisted. Fuck Twisted. You see what I'm saying? If you have to be sneaky when you order from Twisted. Only do 3 separate orders. Don't put them all together, or you have to wait until the final thing comes out.
I will say this. They did say that they announced a vinyl box set of the 3 Songs of Sam Hain records, and it's pretty fucking dope.
Really?
Highly recommend checking that out. See, Twisted is killing the like merch game. Like,
it's straight vertical.
They're going hey y'all, Twisted. They got the business model on lock, bro. They know exactly what the fuck they doing over there. You heard?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I got to give Twisted their flowers, bro. They business model is straight vertical.
Oh, Roses, baby.
Vertical,
Roses,
man.
baby.
I'm fitting to give him a bouquet,
Right.
I give him a bouquet, bro.
Bro, I have to give them all the flowers.
Do any of you kids got drugs? Any of y'all got drugs? I'm just joking with him, Greg. I'm just joking with him.
And they also said that
I'm just joking
they
with
also
y'all kids.
they also did announce the Songs of Sam Hain Volume 4, The Liminal Space.
Liminal Space. Hell yeah,
I'm gonna get that shit.
The Liminal Space. I will probably be at their New Year's bash only
really
because
high
it's in
uncle.
Columbus, and my friends will be.
That's what's up, fool.
But besides
That's
that,
what's
I could
up.
give a shit about Twisted.
That's
I'll also
what's
be
up.
at Juggalo, Ohio, though.
I'm trying to convince my wife to let me go to Twisted New Year's Eve.
I wish you would go to Juggalo, Ohio as well. Also, Hallowicked. We need to go to Hallowicked. That shit is shaping up to be the fucking shit, bro. How do we not talk about that? Fucking Corey Feldman.
I know,
Marty
actually,
B. That's
Corey
fucking dope. Mercules, who's a fucking barologist.
Is it sold out yet?
No, it better not be.
I feel like Jay was planting the seed with Corey Feldman in that Skanks interview. Who's like, Corey Feldman's great, because he knew he was like coming to
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're not familiar, Big J does he does a show called The Bonfire on Sirius XM. He used to do it with Dan Soder, another comedian. Now there's another comedian. But the point I'm making is they had a whole like long going bit just ripping the shit out of Corey Feldman, and like they would play his music videos and just dog the fuck out of him. Corey Feldman hates them. He will not. It's like they like Corey Feldman like we like Vinnie Mac. You know what I mean? Like, but he will not interact with them at all. I highly recommend looking up Bonfire Corey Feldman if you want to laugh your ass off.
But Corey Feldman was on their show years ago.
Corey Feldman is a fucking entertainer,
On what show?
dude. He's the
ICP show, their movie where they watched videos.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on that. He was on that show.
Wow.
So they've been fucking with Corey Feldman for years.
All right.
Like a decade.
That's
or
funny,
more.
man. Corey Feldman, his music is literal like crazy person music. He has a new song called Dirty Deborah, which is a straight up ripoff of Dirty Diana from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's called Deceptive Deborah.
Dude, I love Deceptive.
It's Deceptive Deborah. I'm not kidding. That's how it goes. Deceptive Deborah.
Almost all
Check
of
it
his
out.
shit is very
It's
Michael Jackson.
So weird, man.
He just took Michael Jackson's blueprint and he's just like, I'm just doing that.
I'm just
and
yeah.
that's it. He just does. He's just like, that's the way that you do. It seems like he tells himself, I'll just do exactly what Michael Jackson did, and I'll be as famous as Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
That's all. So he
It
wears
worked for
the
him.
exact-
It'll work for me.
Yeah, he wears the exact same outfits,
got,
does
like-
his hair the same way, tries to do the same dances.
you're
even
saying
his
he's-
music style. It's just his music is rough.
You're saying he's got a little bit of Michael Jackson in him that's never left?
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
He means penis.
Bootleg Kev, baby.
All right, so look, I'll go to Juggalo, Ohio, but I'm just gonna stand outside and say hi to all the Juggalos.
Hi. Hi-oh. Hi-oh.
Yeah.
Hi-oh. Hi-oh.
I'll sell
You can just be like Juggalo High. Juggalo High. Juggalo High. And just end it there.
We'll sell Channel 13's shirts out there
Channel-
that's our anti-Chapter 17 M&E group that's coming out.
Oh, Channel 13. Channel 13.
Can we?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's a chapter, why don't it be something out of the book, like a forward 13 or a footnote?
No, because no, you don't.
Can I
underst-
be footnote
no,
10?
You don't understand. Books are, dude. You're fucking stupid. Books are like, books have been around. Books are like for like idiots, dude. Like everyone know books have been around for so long, dude. We're getting with the times. Channels are new school.
Yeah.
They're like on YouTube has channels, TVs have channels, technology has channels, dude.
Yeah.
Are you fucking? How? You really didn't know that, dude? Are you
Fucking
serious?
rivers have channels.
That's
dude.
true, dude. It goes deeper than just fucking chapter.
Yeah.
Chapters.
So what has chapters? Books.
That's
and-
it.
And biker gangs. Okay, so we want to
Right.
we want to do gang
Are you-
shit.
yeah.
Wait, don't YouTube channel videos have chapters at the bottom?
Yeah, but chapters are like just pieces of a channel.
Oh, Carver. Oh, Carver.
Dude, a channel engulfs.
Do
Dude,
I have to spell it out for you, Carver?
I'll have ChatGPT write the lore for you because it would take way too long.
Well,
for me to explain
I'm gonna go
to
even
explain it to your
you know
little
what?
mind.
I'm gonna go even before chapters. I'm gonna be scroll.
Whoa.
They already do that. You're
Scroll
fucking
one.
biter.
You already, yeah.
They already do that.
the scroll.
Chapter 17 does that. You fucking.
They do scrolls.
That's how.
Scrolls,
It,
yeah.
That's how non-creative their bits are. Is that even you thought of it?
I love how that was a double diss. That was well done, guys. Well done.
I thought I just shit it out in like a moment as to where
Exactly.
they like
That's
thought
how-
about it.
No, they shit it out in a moment too, but they just go with it. They shit out, and it just then they put it out, and then they have to figure it out.
Okay,
after.
well I'm gonna be tablet. I'm gonna be mud tablet.
Dude, if
four.
chapter 17 is just shitting out music, I can't wait to see what they put together when they try.
I know exactly. So
because the shit they're shitting out is dope.
Dude, the Channel 13
They're already dope.
Just wait till the Channel 13 shit starts dropping, y'all. Y'all ain't even ready for that.
Yeah, Channel 13. It's coming. It's coming.
He says the witches preaches every night on Channel 13.
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna be mud tablet 10.
Mud tablet. What does that mean?
It's before scrolls at
Wow,
tablets when people.
That's actually kind of
Mud
dope.
tablet 10.
Wait, okay.
Make that your name, like
Okay.
MT10. MT10.
Wall
stands
carver.
for mud
You're
tablet.
a carver. You should be wall carver.
Okay, yeah, wall carver.
Wall
Wall carver.
Wall carver.
Wall
Yeah, wall
painter.
carver. Yeah. Wall carver 1. It's like because we were the first.
All right, dude. We should have ended this.
I know
Yeah,
we're
we're
like
the
losing
fuck.
brain cells.
This is what happens. We should have stopped. We didn't, and this is what.
and
you
now
got.
it's going off the
All right,
tracks.
shut up. We're ending.
All right.
Put
End
this
of
one back
show,
in the
guys.
deck.
Shuffle out up here.
We're
see
gonna
y'all
put this
on-
one back on the game shelf.
See you next week.
We're gonna leave here and go and shoot a skit because we're.
Hey, no, we're not.
Dude. Hey, I tease shit.
Hey, Bootleg Keys coming up soon, bro.
Yeah, we got
Look out for that shit,
we got
homeboy.
skits coming up. We got raps coming up. We got all kinds of dope shit.
Hey, fuck
Don't
outta
tackle
here.
me. Don't tackle me. No, I'm gonna
Fuck
tell him.
outta
I'm gonna
here.
tell him about everything. I'm gonna tell him about everything.
Don't tell him.
Tell him about everything.
Hey, bro.